The moment you stop contacting her, two things begin to happen. First, the pressure disappears. Second, the truth becomes visible, and that truth may hurt you before it sets you free, because right now, you may be the only reason the connection still appears alive. You send the morning message, you ask how her day went, you restart the conversation after she gives you a dry reply, you suggest the call, you make the plan, you check whether she is okay, you tell yourself you are showing leadership, patience, and genuine interest. But deep down, you are beginning to notice something. When you stop moving toward her, she does not seem to move toward you. That realization can make a man panic. He thinks, if I stop contacting her, she will forget me. So he sends another message. He believes the message is keeping the connection alive, but sometimes it is only delaying the truth. You need to understand what actually happens when you finally step back, not as a trick, not to punish her, not to make her jealous, not to force her into missing you. You step back because you cannot measure someone's investment while you are doing all the investing. And before this video ends, you will understand the two reactions that reveal almost everything about where you stand with her. The first reaction may confuse you. The second reaction will give you the answer you have been avoiding. When you stop contacting her, the first thing she experiences is space. That space can feel very different depending on how she truly feels about you. If your communication had become heavy, emotional, repetitive, or pressured, she may initially feel relief. That is difficult to hear. But relief does not automatically mean she never cared. It may simply mean the connection had become emotionally exhausting. Maybe every conversation had started turning into questions. Are we okay? Why are you acting differently? Did I do something? Do you still want this? Why did you leave me on read? You were not asking because you wanted conflict. You were asking because you felt the distance and wanted reassurance. But the more reassurance you needed, the more pressure she felt, the further she moved away. Then you sensed her moving away, so you increased your effort again. This creates a painful cycle. She pulls back, you move closer. She feels pressure. You become anxious. She gives less. You chase more. Eventually, neither person is responding to love. You are responding to fear. When you stop contacting her, that cycle breaks, the pressure disappears. She no longer has to prepare herself for another emotional conversation. She no longer expects a message asking where the relationship stands. She no longer feels responsible for calming your anxiety. And for a short time, she may appear completely fine. This is where weak men lose control. They see her posting, they see her smiling, they see that she is active online. They think she does not care at all. Then they break the silence. They send a message because her apparent calmness feels like rejection, but you do not know what a photograph means. You do not know what happens after she puts the phone down. You do not know whether relief will eventually turn into curiosity, reflection, or missing you. You also do not know whether she will enjoy the space and decide to continue without you. That uncertainty is exactly why you must stop trying to control the outcome. Your silence is not supposed to manufacture a specific reaction. It is supposed to allow reality to appear. A man who is emotionally controlled can survive the appearance of distance. He does not need immediate proof that she misses him. He does not need her pain to validate his importance. He can say, she has space now. I also have space. Let us see what the truth does with it. That is maturity. Space removes the noise. Without your constant messages, she can begin feeling the contrast between your presence and your absence. She may notice that nobody asked how her day went. She may reach for her phone at the time you normally contacted her. She may see something funny and instinctively think of sending it to you. She may remember how available you always were. She may begin wondering why you stopped, but do not turn these possibilities into guarantees. She may think about you and still remain silent. She may miss you and still believe separation is best. She may care about you and still be unable to offer a healthy relationship. Feelings do not always create action. That is why the second thing matters more. After the space appears, her level of investment becomes visible. She now has an opportunity to choose. She can move towards you, or she can let the distance remain. This is the answer your constant effort had been hiding. When you always initiate, she never has to reveal whether she would search for you. When you always plan, she never has to show whether she wants to see you. When you always restart the conversation, she never has to risk missing you. You remove every moment where her interest might be tested, then you become confused because you cannot tell whether she wants you or merely responds to you. There is a major difference between responsiveness and investment. A woman may reply because she is polite. She may talk because she is bored. She may enjoy your attention. She may like the comfort of knowing someone is interested. She may answer warmly once you contact her, yet never think strongly enough about you to begin the conversation herself. That does not necessarily make her dishonest, but it means you must stop assigning relationship level meaning to low level participation. Investment creates movement. She checks in, she asks a question, she brings up a memory, she sends something that reminded her of you, she follows up on something important in your life, she suggests meetings, she finds a way to reopen the door. It does not have to be dramatic, it does not have to happen immediately. But genuine interest usually makes a person take some emotional risk. If she never risks anything, while you risk your peace every day, the connection is not balanced. That is the second thing that happens when you stop contacting her. You discover whether she was connected to you or merely accustomed to your attention. That truth can be painful, but pain with clarity is better than hope built on confusion. Imagine a man who has messaged a woman every day for 3 months. She responds. Sometimes she is warm. Sometimes she talks for an hour. Sometimes she sends a heart. So he believes the connection is growing. Then one week, he decides not to contact her first. Day one passes, nothing. Day two passes, nothing. By the third day, his mind begins attacking him. She is waiting for me. She thinks I lost interest. She is too proud to message. I should lead. So he sends another message. She responds within 10 minutes. His anxiety disappears. He tells himself, see, she does like me, but he has learned nothing. He interrupted the test before reality could answer. He did not text because the decision was calm. He texted because he could not tolerate the possibility that she might not. Many men call this effort. It is often fear. Leadership does not mean carrying an entire connection. Leadership means creating direction and observing whether the other person willingly joins you. You can initiate. You can plan. You can express interest. But if you must repeatedly drag someone into participation, you are no longer leading, you are pursuing resistance. That will destroy your confidence. You begin feeling like every conversation is an audition. You search for the perfect opening line. You try to be more entertaining. You avoid discussing your needs because you fear sounding demanding. You accept shorter replies. You excuse canceled plans. You keep hoping that more patience will eventually produce real interest, but attraction cannot be earned through endless availability. You should not have to perform your way into being chosen. When you stop contacting her, do not announce it. Do not say, I'm done texting first. Do not send a final paragraph. Do not post something about knowing your worth. Do not block her to create panic. Do not punish her for failing to give what you hoped for. Simply stop doing the work of two people. Let the connection breathe. If she wants space, she will have it. If she wants you, she now has room to show it. If she does nothing, you have information. That is not manipulation, that is observation. A man with self respect does not demand investment, he notices where it naturally exists. Now, there is a dangerous moment that usually comes at night. During the day, you stay busy, you work, you tell yourself you are stepping back. Then the room becomes quiet. You open your phone. You see that she is online. Your chest becomes tight. You wonder who she is speaking to. You check her story. She looks happy. Your mind says, message her before she forgets you. You open the conversation. You type, hey, how was your day? It looks harmless, but beneath that harmless message is a hidden request. Please reassure me. Please prove I still matter. Please make this silence stop. You are not contacting her because you have something important to communicate. You're using her reply to regulate your emotions. That is why sending the message will not give you lasting peace. If she replies warmly, you will feel better temporarily. Then tomorrow you will wonder why she did not initiate again. If she responds coldly, you will feel rejected. If she ignores you, the anxiety will become heavier. The message does not solve the problem. It restarts the dependency. Before you contact her, ask yourself one question: would I still send this if I knew she might not respond? If the answer is no, you are probably not communicating. You are reaching for relief. A disciplined man can feel the urge without obeying it. He puts the phone down, he walks, he trains, he writes the message privately instead of sending it. He prays if faith is part of his life. He sleeps before making emotional decisions. He allows the wave of anxiety to rise and fall because every emotional wave eventually falls if you stop feeding it. You can miss her without contacting her. You can care without chasing. You can want an answer without forcing one. You can feel rejected without trying to prove your value. That is emotional control. And emotional control is not pretending you feel nothing, it is feeling everything while choosing your actions carefully. Now, when you stop contacting her, she may respond in several ways. She may message you quickly. She may wait several days. She may interact indirectly. She may watch your stories more often. She may like something old. She may ask a mutual friend about you. She may send a simple hey, or she may do nothing. Do not build a fantasy around indirect behavior. A story view is not investment. A like is not clarity. A sad post is not a private message to you. A song is not proof. A woman looking at your profile does not automatically mean she wants to rebuild a relationship. People become curious. People remember. People check. Curiosity is normal. Commitment requires more. The only behavior you can use responsibly is direct, consistent effort. Does she communicate? Does she ask about you? Does she continue the conversation? Does she make plans? Does she follow through? Does she become clearer over time? That is information. Everything else is material for overthinking. Do not become a detective inside another person's social media. Your piece is worth more than hidden clues. Suppose she sends, "Hey, stranger, you disappeared." The old version of you may want to say, "I disappeared because you never made any effort." Do not unload frustration immediately. You can answer calmly. "I've been focused on a few things. How have you been?" Then observe. Does she carry some of the conversation? Does she ask real questions? Does she explain why she reached out? Does she suggest meeting? Or does she collect reassurance that you are still available and disappear again? A small message only tells you that she noticed your absence. Her behavior afterward tells you what the absence meant. That distinction will protect you. If she says, "I miss talking to you," you can say, "It's good to hear from you." What made you reach out? Not aggressively, not suspiciously, calmly. Let her reveal intention. If she wants to meet, create a simple plan. "Let's get coffee Thursday evening," then watch whether she accepts or offers another time. If she gives a vague answer, do not negotiate. "Sounds like your week is busy. Let me know when you know what works." Then step back. Do not ask again. A person who wants the opportunity will help create it. A grounded man does not chase a moving target. Now, she may reach out because she genuinely misses you. She may realize that your presence had become valuable. She may understand that she was giving less than you deserved. She may want to reconnect, remain open, but move slowly. One message does not erase the previous pattern. One warm conversation does not create reciprocity. Lam, consistency to prove the change. Does she initiate again? Does she follow through? Does she show interest when she is not lonely? Does she create room for you in her life? Does she communicate when something feels wrong instead of disappearing? Trust should grow at the speed of evidence, not at the speed of hope. Many men wait desperately for one message, then hand back all their emotional power the moment it arrives. They reply instantly. They reveal how badly they have been hurting. They try to define the relationship. They give full access before the woman has shown any real change. Then the old pattern begins again. She receives reassurance. He starts initiating. She becomes passive. He becomes anxious. Do not confuse reconnection with repair. Reconnection is contact. Repair is change behavior. You need to see the difference. The first may happen in one message, the second requires time. Now, she may contact you because she misses the attention rather than the relationship. This does not automatically mean she is trying to use you consciously. People naturally notice when a familiar source of validation disappears. She may wonder whether you moved on. She may want confirmation that you still care. She may reach out, receive a warm response, then fade away again. That pattern gives you an answer. Do not become angry. Adjust your access. If she contacts you occasionally but never invests consistently, stop treating every message like the beginning of something serious. Be polite, be calm, but do not return to chasing. She may like your attention. You require mutual effort. Both things can be true. Now, The second possibility is that she never contacts you. This is what you fear most. You think that if you stop, the connection will disappear forever. But ask yourself something honestly. If the entire connection disappears because you stop carrying it, what did you actually have? You had activity, you had messages, you had moments, but you may not have had mutual investment. That hurts because your imagination had already built more. You imagined where it could go. You thought her warm replies represented hidden feelings. You believed time would turn low effort into commitment. Then silence reveals that she was willing to respond but not willing to reach. Accepting that does not mean you are worthless. Her lack of investment is not a complete judgment of you as a man. Attraction is personal. Timing matters. Compatibility matters. Readiness matters. She may not feel enough. She may be focused elsewhere. She may be emotionally unavailable. She may not want what you want. You do not need a detailed explanation to respect the evidence. Sometimes closure is not a final conversation. Sometimes closure is the repeated pattern you finally stop arguing with. That is painful, but it is freedom. You are no longer waiting for a person to become someone they have not shown themselves to be. You can redirect your energy. You can meet people who make mutual interest easier to recognize. You can stop treating uncertainty like a challenge you must win. Not every distant woman is a puzzle. Sometimes she is simply distant. Now, here is your 7 day reset. For 7 days, do not contact her first. Do not check her stories. Do not ask mutual friends whether she mentioned you. Do not post anything designed to create a reaction. Do not reread old conversations late at night. Do not send a random video to break the silence. Do not make emotional decisions when you are tired. Give reality 7 clean days. If she contacts you, respond calmly. Do not punish her. Do not pour out your emotions. Let her investment reveal itself naturally. If she does not contact you, do not break the reset to escape discomfort. Use the energy somewhere that returns value to your life. Train your body, claim neglected work, improve your sleep, clean your space, set a financial target, strengthen your faith. Spend time with people who do not make you question whether your presence matters. Reduce the time you spend holding your phone. Every time you resist checking, you rebuild control. Every time you refuse to chase reassurance, you rebuild dignity. Every time you complete a task while missing her, you rebuild self trust. Confidence is not created by a woman contacting you. Confidence is created when you discover that you can handle it if she does not. That is real power. You become calm because the truth no longer frightens you. If she wants you, her behavior will eventually become clearer. If she does not, you will survive and move forward. Either way, you do not need to beg. Rebuild your body, but do not make the transformation about her regret. Do not imagine every workout as revenge. Train because your body carries your mind. Strength, sleep, food, and movement improve your ability to handle emotional pressure. Rebuild your work and money. Heartbreak can consume entire days if your life lacks direction. Set deadlines, learn a skill, organize your finances, finish something difficult. Your mind needs evidence that your life is moving. Rebuild your standards. Decide what mutual interest looks like for you. It does not require constant texting, it does not require perfect equality, but it should include enthusiasms, reliability, curiosity, effort, respect. Clear movement toward one another. Standards are not rules you force onto her, they are decisions about where you invest. She has the right not to contact you. You have the right not to keep carrying the connection. That is balanced. Now, some women genuinely communicate less. She may be shy. She may dislike texting. She may be busy. Do not judge interest using only one behavior. Look at the whole picture. If she never texts first but eagerly accepts dates, shows up consistently, remembers important details, gives you her full attention, and makes time for you, there may still be genuine interest. The issue is not whether she sends the first message exactly 50% of the time. The issue is whether there is mutual movement. Someone who dislikes texting can call. Someone who is busy can offer another day. Someone who is shy can show warmth, appreciation, and availability. Interest finds some form of expression. Excuses create permanent confusion. Judge patterns, not labels. If she says, I am just bad at texting, you do not need to argue. Observe whether she invests another way. If she does, adjust your expectations. If she does not, accept the imbalance. Do not use patience as a reason to neglect yourself. Now ask yourself a harder question. Do you want her, or do you want her to contact you because it would prove you mattered? Do you miss her character? Or do you miss the validation of seeing her name? Do you believe the connection could be healthy? Or are you trying to reverse the feeling of rejection? Sometimes a man becomes obsessed with whether she will reach out because the messages become symbolic. It would mean he was important. It would mean she misses him. It would mean she made a mistake. It would mean he won. But love is not a competition, and a notification cannot repair your self worth. Even if she contacts you today, insecurity will return tomorrow if your value still depends on her attention. You have to build something inside yourself that her silence cannot remove. That is why getting yourself back is more important than getting the message. When you have yourself, you can evaluate her calmly. You are no longer starving for attention. You can ask whether her presence improves your life. You can observe whether the connection has become mutual. You can walk away if the old pattern returns. Without yourself, any message feels like rescue. And men who feel rescued rarely protect their standards. Do not become bitter if she does not contact you. Do not decide all women play games. Do not punish the next woman for this woman's lack of interest. Do not become emotionally unavailable and call it strength. That is pain wearing armor. Maturity means keeping your warmth while improving your judgment. You can initiate without chasing. You can express interest without begging. You can give effort without ignoring the absence of reciprocity. You can care deeply without turning someone into your emotional center. That balance is strength. So when you stop contacting a woman, she does two things. First, she experiences the space you were previously afraid to give her. That space may create relief, curiosity, reflection, or a clearer sense that she wants distance. Second, she reveals her level of investment. She moves towards you, or she allows the connection to end. Do not fear either answer. If she reaches out with genuine effort, respond calmly and let consistency build. If she reaches out only for reassurance, protect your access. If she remains silent, accept what the silence reveals, then return to your life. Do not stop contacting her to make her suffer. Stop contacting her because you have finished suffering for information her behavior can provide. Do not withdraw to create anxiety. Withdraw from one sided effort. Do not count the days until she breaks. Use the days to rebuild, because the deepest truth is this: when you stop contacting her, you are not only discovering whether she misses you, you are discovering whether you can finally stop missing yourself. And in the next video, you will learn exactly what her first message after silence really means and how to respond without giving away all the power you worked so hard to rebuild.